There's a couch in Chicago that the streets have started to fear. DJUTV has built one of the biggest platforms in street media, sitting down with rising drill artists, letting them tell their stories, show off their chains, talk about their come-up. But over the past years, a disturbing pattern has emerged. Rapper after rapper sits on that couch, talks to DJU, drops their interview, and within weeks, sometimes days, they're gone. It's gotten so serious that DJUTV himself eventually got rid of the couch entirely, after reports that over 10 artists who sat on it either died or went to jail in 2024 alone.
The couch gone. That shit, I don't know, that shit was fucking my mental, real tone, I'm not gonna lie.
Check this, when Action Savage was invited on, he reportedly didn't even want to sit on the couch because he was fully aware of the consequences that the couch could cause. So with that being said, let's take a look at some of the rappers and personalities who tragically met their end after sitting down for an interview with DJUTV. Out of every name on this list, Lil Jeff's interview is the one that, looking back, feels like it was practically narrating his own ending in real time. And almost nobody watching it caught it until it was too late. He walked in with his crew, including Vert and the man he called his twin, Bloodhound Q50, the same Q50 who's now at the center of his own beefs and shootings, and who would go on to carry Jeff's legacy after everything that happened. At one point during the interview, he opened up about how his brother, Jay Boogie, introduced him to street life at a young age.
Like, who introduced you to the street life?
My brother.
Your older brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how was he showing you the ropes?
Let me tell you, nigga, my crib got shot up when I was like 14. I was some stupid ass shit. The bullet, that bitch flew like right past my face. They had shot the back and the front. Then they blew the car up and set that bitch on fire. Shit was busting. I ain't gonna lie, it was going on. They can't f crib up. That bitch almost hit me, dog. See what I'm saying, though? Shit like that. That play a part. All type of. Just seeing that shit every day.
He went on to explain the impact his brother had on his upbringing, sharing several experiences that shaped him. Among them was a frightening incident in which his home was shot up. Recalling the moment, he described how close he came to tragedy, saying that a bullet flew right past his face, an experience that left a lasting impression on him and further influenced the path his life would take.
I was seeing it every day, you know what I'm saying? So at everything I was seeing that shit all the time. Just like I'm doing right now. It's just I'm a part of it now, so it's different.
So you would say you've experienced some trauma?
Basically, if that's what you want to call it.
Growing up in these streets of Chicago. Cause you still young, brother. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21.
Yeah.
Young brother. This like the new generation of Chicago. I consider y'all drill babies. Cause how old was you when Chief Keef came out? Like,
I was in 3rd grade. I was watching that shit after school. I remember
The death of Kenny Mack was also part of Lil Jeff's trigger, who was gunned down in August 2013. Many people in the streets believed Kenny Mack's killing was a get-back for the earlier death of Obama, who had been killed the year before in 2012. Obama's death is often viewed as a turning point in the beef between TYMB and Chris World. According to long-standing rumors, the incident may have stemmed from a dispute during a dice game that escalated beyond control. According to the reports, someone walked up close and shot him in the chest. However, questions continued to surround the case after Obama was later found dead inside a hallway, a detail that seemed inconsistent with some of the early descriptions. All of these experiences were part of the trauma and reality Lil Jeff said he was living through. According to him, violence and loss were things he witnessed almost every day, and those experiences played a major role in shaping his ruthless self. Later in the interview, DJUTV brought up the controversy about Lil Jeff starting a killing school, referencing an Instagram live that had circulated online. The craziest part, this came after Lil Jeff, T-Slick, and another associate had caught 2 bodies, which Lil Jeff would tattoo the 2 bodies on his neck and also hint about the murder online.
The shit will start happening. Y'all know this by now. I went black for like a week, and poof. Where you at? Gotta go after that one. Poof. I came back. Poof. I don't let them know.
I'm talking about the infamous double homicide that happened on the 26th of January, 2024. That day, Monty and another BKN/Jungle affiliate known as Lil Rob were reportedly at Innovations High School in downtown Chicago. What happened next would quickly become one of the most talked about incidents. They never saw it coming because just hours after Monty posted his location, showing off the watch and chain he stole from Lil Jeff, he was ambushed and shot multiple times. Both Lil Rob and Monty were struck during the shooting. Monty reportedly suffered gunshot wounds to the chest and hip, while Lil Rob was shot in the chest. The two collapsed on the sidewalk as passerbys rushed to the scene to save them. Despite efforts to save their lives, both victims later succumbed to their injuries. Lil Jeff would also talk about Z-Money, though he never revealed so much about him. But it was clear Z-Money played a meaningful role in his life, and many felt his death affected him deeply, with his actions becoming more reckless, linking him to an incident involving a 19-year-old Trap City member named Leal. Leal was reportedly shot while inside an Uber in the Little Italy area, an event many connect to the rising cycle of retaliation and grief that followed Z-Money's. The interview ended on a more hopeful and reflective note. Jeff spoke about his upcoming work with AMF Visuals and mentioned a mixtape he planned to drop around his July birthday. He also revealed that different labels had been reaching out with offers, though he said he was still holding out and taking his time before making any decisions.
I'm gonna move one day though, but not right now.
Yeah.
I got shit going on.
That's why I say once you develop yourself as the superstar rapper you becoming, you're gonna be ready to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't there yet though. We talking about in the future though, yeah, one day. That's it right now.
Well, you see yourself 5 years from now, bro?
Rich as fuck.
But unfortunately, Lil Jeff never got that 5-year plan because that same year, he was unalived. It wasn't even a full year after sitting on that couch talking about feeling safe, about not having a target on his back, and also about opening a killer school. Jeff was gunned down in an ambush after allegedly sliding into rival territory alongside Q50 and other associates. He was reportedly shot multiple times and did not survive his injuries. In the aftermath, Q50 is said to have performed the now infamous cheerleader split while trying to retaliate, a moment that quickly became one of Q50's nightmare on Reddit. The next rapper said this during DJUTV's interview while sitting on the couch and got backdoored. Lil Scoom's DJUTV interview is one of the most haunting in this entire list. Not because of what he said, but because of when he said it and the beef he got himself involved in. The beef that led to Lil Scoom 89's centers on the long-running Risky Road versus Bloodhound/Burly Boys conflict sparked by disses over a fallen member named Lil 30. Risky Road is a group from the 104th and South Maryland area of the city. They are largely considered EBK in that region and are currently into it with the Bloodhound/Burly Boys, in which Lil Scoom was involved in due to the fact that he and his circle began heavily dissing Lil 30 after his death, who was allegedly gunned down by Lil O after he stole his gun. Risky Road earned a rep as aggressive active shooters who retaliate hard. Scoom continued dissing them and their fallen members in a deleted video. He never knew his ops were looking for a way to get to him. Surprisingly, they would look for someone closer to get to him. However, just a few hours before his tragic end, Scoom would find himself in an interview with DJUTV sitting in that cursed couch. This interview was filmed the night before he died. The timing was so close that clips of his interview began circulating online. Many viewers reacted, commenting under the video on how tragic it was that he was killed just hours later. Some even joked that DJUTV would have to spray his couch with holy water soon, reflecting how cursed that couch can be. Scoom was reportedly at a house on the 700 block of East 89th Place with his friend Lil Will, his girlfriend Journey, and another woman, Nene Brooks. While Nene Brooks was widely rumored online to have been involved in a backdoor theory, others pointed more closely to his girlfriend based on what appears in the footage. In the video, you can hear her asking why he didn't go to the back door. He responds, asking why he would need to go there. She then says, "We all going to die," to which he reacts in confusion, asking what she means. She quickly follows up by saying she was just playing. Around 11:50 p.m., shots rang out. Scoom was hit twice in the chest, plus arm. The police arrived and spotted a suspect fleeing with a gun. They chased him, and the suspect allegedly shot at officers, but unfortunately, the shooter escaped. Scoom was rushed to University of Chicago Medical Center and pronounced dead early on July 8, 2024. To some, the cursed couch had struck again, ending the life of a young rapper, linking the pattern of interviews filmed in that same setting to a series of tragic outcomes. However, check this next rapper out. Munna Duke, an O-Block affiliated artist, had given interviews discussing his life around the O-Block set and his connections within Chicago's drill scene, the same world that produced King Von and so many others tied to that block. One of his interviews that many considered a ticket to him getting gunned down was the one with DJUTV. You see, Munna Duke was one of the more open voices to come out of O-Block, so in a 2023 Vanterview, he discussed growing up in O-Block and his interactions with King Von, describing Von as a genuine person and a real stand-up guy. His personal life was also tightly woven into Chicago's drill in ways that made him impossible to separate from the bigger picture. He had recently welcomed a child with the former partner of DJUTV, the late brother of Lil Durk, connecting him directly to one of Chicago's most prominent rap families. Munna also wasn't a stranger to the O-Block beef before any of this. He'd been the subject of interviews discussing tension with Memo 600, including talk about Memo 600 no longer being welcome around O-Block.
I see you and Memo kind of had some issues on the internet not too long ago. Memo tells Munna Duke he's putting belt to ass when he catch him.
He ain't never put a belt to ass in no motherfucker day in his life. I don't really take people like that serious, man. You gotta know him, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker like me that been around, I know every motherfucker. And a motherfucker like him, I can't take serious, you know what I'm saying? He can't step a foot on my block. He would never step a foot on my block.
Memo used to be really cool right there, cause I think he shot at least one video there before, right?
Yeah, that was before a lot of shit transpired. You get what I'm saying? So at once upon a time, he was able to come over there. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of shit changed. So
you said something on Instagram. You said, "Be direct when you speak. Don't do the subliminal post. You know me personally. Let's meet up so I can beat the F out of you."
Yeah, I kind of just want to beat his ass. I ain't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Then came May 10th, 2025. Munna Duke and his fellow O-Block artist Youngin were shot and killed in the early hours of the morning near Broadway and Rosemont. Police confirmed a third person was also injured, though details on that person were never disclosed. Two voices from the same block gone in the same shooting just after a year he was seen on that couch. O-Block Louie's story is one of the most tragic on this list because he had already survived one brush with death before this. Louie was shot in the head the same night King Von was killed and went on to recover, later sharing a photo to celebrate surviving the shooting. During an interview on DJUTV, Louie opened up about his relationship with King Von, revealing that the two of them had been friends even before Von started rapping, recalling how he couldn't believe it when Von first said he was going to become a rapper.
I don't want to keep saying too much about it because then they gonna see the interview and be like, what about Philly?
Word. Well, yeah, shout out to Philly, man. But just going back to some of the accomplishments, you know, during Von's career, when he signed with Empire, one of the most famed moments is when, you know, he did the video when he broke down the 100K, you know, in O-Block. Was you there that day? You was there that day. You was there all the days.
Yeah, but you know, I got my money before he even did what he did.
Okay. So you was straight already.
Yeah, but I was still there to see them get their little cut and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Because I don't even really want to talk about that.
Word. Well, moving on, you know, he had a relationship with Asian Dog. You know what I'm saying? Asian Dog crazy about King Von.
Louie and Von crossed paths in 2009 when he moved to O-Block, and they instantly connected. 204 to 215, 522 to 536, 552 to 604. Louie also said he couldn't explain how Von became a generous dude. He said Von would do things for people out of the kindness of his heart without expecting anything in return. They became close quickly, and then adding that he didn't know why Von started liking him.
Tight? Well, obviously, I'm assuming you all were real tight before he even started rapping.
I mean, it's crazy you say that because we was close, but we weren't like we was once he started rapping.
Okay.
It's like once he started rapping, like, for some reason, we just got a little closer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what made him, goddamn it, let me get a room out there at the crib.
Mm-hmm.
Things started to make sense